Hi everyone, and thank you for tuning in to watch this video. My name is Debbie and I am from Spill the Tea Leaf Readings and More. After a recent reading, a client mentioned that other people she knew would be interested in getting readings from me if they only understood what a tarot reading could offer. So, inspired by this client, I am taking the time to make videos to highlight different types of tarot readings a person can get. Yes, this does include love and career, but I'm going to go beyond that. If there is a certain type of spread you'd like me to focus on next, please leave a comment. Otherwise, the order of these videos would be based on a whim. Not that that's a bad thing. For my first video, I'm going to focus on inspiration, tarot readings, and spreads. These type of readings are good for getting the creative juices flowing. If you are suffering from writer's block or can't quite figure out how to approach your next piece of art, these spreads are for you. If you are someone who needs motivation for approaching a project, even if it's not a traditionally quote unquote creative project, these readings can also benefit you. Before I start, some basics. Generally speaking, you need to ask the cards a question in your soul, if not out loud, in order for the cards to work the way you want them to. I am going to be using pre made spreads here, but the readings work better if the questions you ask are the ones you are pondering. So when you get a reading done, work with your intuitive guide to create the questions and the spread, personalize it for you and your current situation. This is something I'm always willing to do for my clients, although sometimes the pre made ones work just fine without any tweaking as well. How the cards are read depends on the reader, the client, the situation, and the cards themselves. The cards I'll be showing you are just examples, and I'm not actually reading for a person, not even myself. It's all in service of showing you what the tarot can do for you. And of course, if you like what you see, let me know and subscribe, and maybe even get a reading with me. If that is something you're interested in, you can email me at info@spillthetealeaf.com. All right, let's get started. If you are looking for something quick and easy, you can start here. Shuffle your cards, and it doesn't matter how you shuffle. Then concentrate on one of these questions or prompts and pull one card. You can choose the card on top. You can cut the deck and pick a card from the middle. You can even fan the cards out and pick the one that is calling to you. Then look at that card and use it to answer the chosen question or prompt. The ones that I suggest here are: what's been blocking me? What motivates me? What inspires me? Find a new character? Find a plot twist? And what happens next in the story? For example, if you are trying to find what is blocking you and you pull the Five of Cups, you might interpret this as you've been disappointed in yourself as everything you've come up with hasn't met your expectations yet. It's time to turn around and remember that you still have plenty of creativity left. Or perhaps you could interpret this as you've been suffering from depression lately and that is affecting your creative flow. It's important to remember that your creativity has not dried up. You just need to let things run their course and allow yourself to go with the flow for now. When it's time, your depression will lift and you will see that you still got it. Here's another example for you. If you draw the Two of Cups, you might conclude that love, friendship, or a partnership motivates you, so don't go it alone. Find someone who believes in you and talk to them about what you need or are trying to do. Maybe they will help you find the insight you need to get yourself going. Okay, so here we have another example looking at the question of what inspires me. The Eight of Pentacles is all about focus, details, craftsmanship, practice, and skill building. So you could interpret this as by doing, you will find your inspiration. Or pay close attention to the details. Your inspiration lives there and is waiting for you to find it. If you are trying to find a new character for your latest short story and you draw the Knight of Wands, you may decide that this character is fiery and action oriented. He is charming and courageous, but maybe too ambitious for his own good. Using that same card, let's look at how you can use tarot to create a plot twist. If you are writing a romance novel, perhaps the plot twist is a new romantic interest showing up who really sets passions aflame. If you're working on something a little different, maybe the night indicates a fire breaking out or a character racing so far ahead that they end up leaving the protagonist behind, leaving her to pick up the pieces on her own. And of course, how you choose to interpret the card is totally up to you. If you're using a different deck with different imagery, you might find a completely different meaning for your card just by looking at it. And finally, looking at what happens next in the story, I pulled the Eight of Wands, a card of action and movement. You may also look at this card or any other and decide that there needs to be a race because the wands look like they are racing. Maybe it's time for the protagonist to do something involving sticks, flying on a broomstick, or cleaning the house, doing yard work. Whatever you choose, this card indicates action either way. So, another quick pull you can do, especially if you are experiencing a creative block, is finding the Empress in your deck. I suggest shuffling first to recalibrate your deck while thinking about your creativity. Once you find the Empress, put it down and put the card that was above it to the right and the card below it to the left. And now you have an instant spread that will tell you what's been blocking you and how to get past it. So I went through my deck to find the Empress and the two cards surrounding her, and this is what I came up with for you. The Five of Pentacles can be about fear. So I would interpret this as your own fears are holding you back. You keep imagining the worst case scenario, but why? You can always ask for help if those fears come true, but they're not true yet. Adding to that, the Queen of Wands was above the Empress, so I might continue the interpretation by saying you need to find the confidence within you to get past the specific block. The queen knows her own mind, and so do you. Once you let go of your fears, that is. um, okay. So here I have a couple of 5 card spreads for you to use, starting with the Seeking Inspiration spread, which I found on the Emerald Lotus website. As always, shuffle the cards. I always suggest thinking about what's going on in your life or about the questions you're posing to the cards while shuffling. But of course, do what you think is best here. Lay the cards out as you see here. Where can I look to find inspiration? An energy I need to reject in order to feel motivated. An energy I need to accept to feel inspired. Imagery on card that will fuel my inspiration. And why I am eager to feel inspired. Okay, so here are the cards I pulled for this example. We have the Six of Swords, followed by the King of Wands, Ten of Cups, Hierophant, and then the Emperor. I might pull this all together and interpret the spread as right now you are working towards the end, but inspiration lies within the journey itself. What do you see in those rough waters? What strengths are you finding in yourself during this time of transition? Remember that you aren't at the finish line yet, so reject the idea of being perfect and of being a leader or a teacher. You are still learning for yourself. Don't try to be someone you aren't ready to be. Instead, use who you want to become as motivation. You should accept the joy around you as that will help to inspire you. Your family may be the thing that provides endless inspiration. The Hierophant's imagery includes keys. Keys to what? What do keys open? What lies behind those doors for you? There are endless opportunities within those keys. Let them inspire you as you remember that there's always another door. You may be eager to find inspiration because you've been playing by the rule book for too long. There's nothing wrong with following the rules, but doing so has you feeling stifled. This is why you are in a moment of transition. Inspiration is all around you. You just need to know where to look. So I also created another spread that I call Where to Find Inspiration spread. It's very general and kind of runs the gamut here, but feel free to modify it to what you need. Again, shuffle and then lay the cards out as you see here and ask, where should I look for inspiration? What brings me joy? Who makes me laugh? Where does my passion lie? And how to use this information to move forward or find the or move ahead. My idea with this spread is that you may need to look to other things and people as well as within yourself to find what you're looking for and then take it a step further to try to give yourself a next step. For this example, we are looking at Strength, the Two of Swords, the Emperor, the Knight of Pentacles, and the King of Cups. This could be interpreted as you find inspiration and just making it through the day. Your own quiet strength and survival are inspiring in their own right. For you, joy comes in solving problems. It may take you a while, but once you found a solution that works, you can't deny the happiness it brings. The person that makes you laugh is someone in your life who usually takes themselves very seriously, but at the end of the day is actually quite caring. This could be a father figure in your life or someone else who is in a leadership position of some kind. Your passion lies in oh my goodness, practicality and dependability. Those things might not sound too sexy on paper, but considering that you find joy in problem solving, this actually makes perfect sense. Without your passion, there is no joy. So, moving forward, it's important to not discount anyone else's feelings or opinions. Everyone has something to contribute, and what they contribute may just help you solve your problems in the future. Take time to listen to those around you and be there for the people in your life. They need problem solvers just as you need a reminder that human connection is important. That combination is inspiration in and of itself. Okay, so the last few slides here are specifically for writers. If you're struggling to come up with a character, conflict, or plot, I have some spreads that may be able to help you out. Of course, if you're a different type of artist or looking for a different kind of inspiration, you may find that these are helpful and you can always modify them to your needs as well. So I start off with 2 3-card spreads, one to help you create a character, looking at who that character is, how they present themselves, and how they are actually feeling inside. Then I move to a basic plot spread that simply shows you the beginning, middle, and end of the story. This spread can be used for things other than inspiration. You can use the same 3-card spread to look at the week or month ahead or something else going on in your life that has a passage of time. It's similar to the past, present, future spread, but this one obviously is all future. Okay, so who is this character? The Ace of Wands indicates that this character is probably young or just embarking on an emotional journey of some kind, possibly love. Maybe this is someone who is finally opening themselves up to the world around them. The Hermit shows that the world sees this person as a loner. How interesting, especially if this character is finally starting to open up as the Ace of Cups indicates. The Seven of Swords indicates that maybe this person feels like a fraud, or maybe they did something horrible in the past and can't get past their guilt. Already we have a character and a bit of their journey laid out just from these 3 cards. So, taking those same cards, let's look at how you could create a story arc instead. Aces are great cards for beginnings, and cups are all about emotions, relationships, creativity, and intuition. The story could start with young love or a baby witch beginning to realize her potential. In the middle, there is a retreat. The young lovers broke up, and one character is taking time for themselves to reflect. Or perhaps the baby witch feels that no one in this world understands her, so she is retreating, hoping to find a world in which she is understood and appreciated. Finally, the end comes with a betrayal or doing what one must to survive. The young lover is no longer young and is a bit bitter, but still gives the greatest best man speech at his younger sibling's wedding. Or maybe the baby witch, no longer a baby, had to leave a magical land, stealing something along the way to ensure her survival, which is the only way for her to find a portal back to this world. I don't know. Look, I'm not a writer for a reason, but you get the idea. Okay, so from here, I have a spread that shows how you can use tarot cards to create a conflict in a story you are writing. And of course, this goes for any type of story. It doesn't matter what your medium is for these spreads. As always, though, you want to shuffle the cards and then lay them out as shown. What does your character want? What is getting in the way of your character? And then cards 3 to 5 show contributing factors that are exacerbating the issue from the previous card. For example, we are looking at the Sun, the Two of Wands, the Knight of Swords, the Ten of Wands, and the Queen of Cups. So here's one interpretation. Your character wants to be happy the way they felt as a child, but adulting is always getting in the way. There are always plans to make and things to do that take your character around the world, but doesn't leave a lot of time for them to just chill in their own backyard. Or maybe the opposite is true. Happiness lies somewhere out there, but the character can't seem to get past his own backyard. Part of the problem is the character's own teenage son who is always rushing into things without thinking about them first, leaving the character to clean up the mess. That's the Knight of Swords. Just another one of his many responsibilities weighing him down. That would be the Ten of Wands. On top of that, he wants to please people. He is a good listener, sensitive to others' needs, and is the one everyone turns to with their own problems, the Queen of Cups, leaving little time for him to figure out what exactly it is he wants that can get him that happiness he so craves. And finally, the last inspirational spread I present to you is a 6 card spread that can really help flesh out a plot from start to finish. With this spread, we're almost combining the 3 card story arc spread with the previous creating a conflict spread in order to find this creating a plot spread. I should mention that this last spread is from happyfishtarot.com, and the last 3 I showed you were by Katie Robinson at Electric Lit. So, for this creating a plot spread, you already know how to shuffle, of course, and then you lay the cards out as shown here, looking for the introduction, the inciting incident, challenges, the darkest hour, the triumph, and the ending. So here we have the Three of Pentacles starting us off with a story introduction of teamwork. That is, until the devil, metaphorically, of course, or maybe not, comes along and gives each member of the team their own separate obsession, pulling them apart. To make matters worse, the team is ruled by a financier, the Four of Pentacles, who does not like to loosen the purse strings, making it very hard for the team to do their job. In their darkest hour, they must turn to someone else, the Six of Pentacles. They accept his help, but a favor must be given down the road in return. The team triumphs when they remember why it is they do what they do and that they're better as a team than as individuals, as shown in the Six of Cups. And finally, Ace of Swords shows that the ending is one of cutting down the bad guys, finding clarity, and winning the day. A happy ending. Huzzah! And that's it. I hope you enjoyed learning about these spreads and that you can find inspiration. If you are interested in getting a reading done similar to what I've showed you today, please feel free to email me at info@spillthetealeaf.com to book a reading with me. In my next video, I'll highlight a different type of spread, and I do hope that you join me for that. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and comment below if you want me to cover something specific sooner rather than later. Thanks for watching, everyone, and have a wonderful day.